Good morning folks, Ken Ring of www.predictweather.com, and it's the 18th of May. The moon's in Cancer till the morning of tomorrow, and then it moves into the sign of Leo. There it is in Cancer up there, and it's pretty well the lowest point in the sky from the southern hemisphere's point of view, and the highest point in the sky from the northern hemisphere's point of view. And after today, down here where I am in the south, it starts to work its way back upwards. Well, it's pretty well visible now in the sky in its first crescent phase. That's what it's in. It rises at 11 a.m. and it's at the highest point at 4 p.m. and that's kind of how it looks at its highest point, and it sets at 9 p.m. and you'll see it best, the moon, today at about 6 p.m. onwards over the northwest horizon. Well, I thought we'd do a two-part blog today and tomorrow. Today I'll run through, for Australia, I'll run through the months ahead till the end of the year very quickly, and tomorrow we'll go through it state by state for the rest of the year. Well, much of Australia can expect a wetter than average May this month. The exceptions are going to be New South Wales and ACT. They can expect less rain, and of course Arnhem Land, they can expect less rain, but I do have some rain coming in Alice Springs later on this month, which will bring the average up for the whole of NT. And then come June, I think dry conditions for most of the states, and that's June, July and August as well, except Western Australia and Tasmania. They will have average rain. Western Australia average rain to the end of autumn and most of winter instead of being drier like the rest, and Tasmania, they may get a wetter than average end to winter. Now at the start of spring, I think most states are going to get above average rain, which is not the usual case, and then a wet September for some, like Alice Springs and like parts of Queensland, like all of Victoria, like all of South Australia and the south of Western Australia. I'm talking about October here, although drier than average in New South Wales and ACT. I think they have to wait until October for their rain relief. In fact, October might see twice as much rain as usual in the whole southeast of the country. Also, October slightly above average rain in Western Australia, pretty well average in Northern Territories, but much less than average in Queensland. And November, that's going to be average for Western Australia and Victoria, but wetter, I think, for New South Wales and South Australia. And then a drier than average into spring, I think, is on the cards for Tasmania and Northern Territories and for Queensland. And then December, plenty of rain once more throughout the southeast, also New South Wales, ACT, Victoria, and especially in South Australia. And then Queensland and Tasmania, they can expect an average start to the summer season. But the far north and the west of the country, they can expect a drier than average December. So spring and summer aren't looking all that bad for farmers in Australia, because you'll get the rain, but you'll also get the heat as well. But down here in New Zealand, spring and summer, they're going to be cold and wet and cloudy without the higher soil temperatures, because there won't be the sunshine to warm the soil, and that's going to be bad news for a lot of growers. In fact, I think there's going to be some importing of food around Christmas time to fill the supermarket shelves, which will put the prices of food up for the ordinary consumer. Just a few successes on page 198 of the New Zealand Almanac. You can see the heavy rain at the top of the South Island listed. That's busting the drought there that they've had in Marlborough. And in the snow diary on page 524, you'll see the snow that Canterbury snowfields are just about to get. And in the Australian Almanac, we pinned the heavy rain that Queensland is getting and the very dry Darwin so far in May. In fact, we don't have Darwin getting rain until October. Pretty dismal. But you've got to remember where it is also. Now, tomorrow we'll go through state by state very quickly, but just to give you an overview of what's coming up, you folk in Australia. Hey, thanks for watching. I hope I'll see you all tomorrow.